Hi, welcome back to Stock to Track video series. Um, in my earlier video, I have shown you about this inventory screen, various locations, how to map inventory for various locations and location wise tracking of your inventory. I also showed you how to transfer between the locations the inventory stock items and also accept the inventory when the inventory arrives. I'm going to talk about add edit products. We have not seen how to add a product. We have not seen how to change the product details and how to delete a product. So when I click on the add edit products now, I see this screen. Now I can add a product either by typing the product details in the available fields, or I can download a template which is an Excel file, and then fill all the products and then import into this system. So there are two methods. First is to fill one product at a time using the form above. The other process is to download the template, add it in the template, and then import it. So these are the two methods I have. So first let me talk about how to add a single product. That should give you fair idea, and then we can add bulk products in the Excel file. So once we add this first product using this form, you will understand the uh, things required and why they are required. So let me take one particular item. Okay, say for example in my desk I see one marker. So I want to add marker as one of my products which I want to sell. Now there is something called a service here. If you feel it is a service, not an item, you click on it. Marker is not a service, so I am removing it. And this marker, if it could be shipping cost, it could be some service charges, etc. So especially people who are in service sector who doesn't have products can actually click on this and make it a service. The reason why we should make it as a service is there is a HSN and a SAC code. As per GST rules, we need to mandatorily map any of our item or service to a HSN or a service code. HSN is a harmonized number which is actually adopted by GST Council. Similarly, for service, it is a SSC code. You can go to web, search in Google, figure out what is the HSN code for a particular item. If you do not have any idea, don't panic. It is pretty simple. You open up your supplier invoices, check for this product. Under each product, you will see the HSN code he has given. So you pick up the same HSN code. Like for example, I am just typing randomly some HS code called 3905 for a marker. Okay, and for this HSN code, usually the rates are given in the websites. So you can go to any website like GST itself, or you can search in Google. You will find for this particular item, for this particular HSN code, assume that it is a 6 to 6 12% GST. The state GST is 6%, central GST is 6%. So if you are selling it outside your state, then the IGST triggers up, it is 12%. If it is a tobacco or an alcohol which actually incurs some cess, so make sure that that 1% cess is added. So right now I am making it as 0 for convenience sake. Now I also have something called selling price excluding GST. So if the marker is 100 rupees, I can see that it is 112 rupees after GST. However, you may say that no, my 100 rupees includes GST. So I will mark it as 100 rupees including GST. The moment I do that, I see that there is a change in my selling price excluding GST, which is 89.29, which actually is computed automatically to compute the base price. I will give you more details below once we have a barcode. So what is barcode? So you can define this particular product with a barcode. So the marker actually comes with a barcode label. So just make sure that that particular id, that particular barcode number is feeded here. Now how do we do that? Either you take a barcode scanner, scan the marker, so you will get a number like this onto here. Otherwise, if you don't have a barcode scanner, you just need to type that particular barcode number. Assume that your marker does not have a barcode. So what we can do is we can generate a number ourselves, or we can give a number like 1, 2, 3, so that we remember our products by number. We give a number here, so we will make sure that this number is uniquely associated with marker in our system. So 63454 is what it is generated, so be it. Now in the bottom, now you can see more details like unit price, which is reverse computation of 100 rupees. So 89 rupees 29 paisa is the unit price it computed, because with 12% GST, 5.36 plus 5.36 added to unit price, it comes to 100 rupees. That's how it actually reverse computed. Please note that if you do 100 rupees and minus 12% does not give you 89.25%. Okay. uh, it has to be there is a formula which you need to employ to get the 89.29. So this 12% is on 89.29%, and you will get it 5.36 plus 5.36. Now this is the cost price which you need to add at this point of time, or if you don't remember the cost price, you can leave it for later time and add the cost price during your purchase entries. If I know the cost price, like for example I bought it for 70 rupees, okay, I can see here that the price is coming to, the profit is coming to 19.29 rupees, because 89 rupees minus 70 rupees comes to be 19.29, which is 27 odd percentage is the profit. Now there is another thing called basic price. Basic price, I will say, it should be a minimum of cost price. What is basic price in our application? It means that when you are billing, when you're doing a sales invoice, you cannot give any number, any amount of discount, and you cannot bring it below 70 rupees, because my cost price is 70. So if I put basic price as 80 rupees, I should able to sell anything above 80 rupees. Below 80 rupees I cannot sell. So that's how this base price is computed. Right now I am selling it as 89 rupees, but I can give discount and all, but I see that I want to give it 80%, so that at 80 rupees, so that at least I get some margin. Now I can define the categories of marker by clicking new and say pens or pens. Okay, I'm not sure whether the categorization is correct, but for an example I'm saying. The reason why we are doing is for filtration of our products, for giving discounting schemes, categories will be really useful. Uh, and then we have brand name. If you have any brand name for this product, you can create it. Color, variant name, size, article code, or these are some of the optional fields which can be used if it is appropriate. Otherwise, leave it blank. Now, I told you in my earlier invoice screen video that there are 4 places where we can add stock. We have seen some adjustment done by clicking the update quantity in the previous inventory screen. This is the another place, second place, where I have already some stock. Say for 20 of the markers are already with me in Vanasthalipuram or Nirmal. Okay, so I can just select 20 of them, opening stock, and I can say that okay, these are my opening stock. Minimum order quantity is the order quantity, the depletion of your inventory. Actually, MOQ guides you to trigger an alert so that you can generate a purchase order with the suppliers. So if you have inventory coming down to 1, then you should be alerted, and then you can contact your supplier and then purchase the quantity. So I am putting it as 1. This has to be decided by the store owner, how much time it takes and what is the minimum order minimum quantity required to store on the shelf. Okay, so I think this completes the adding uh, of item. See, assume this is primarily for defining the product. We are least bothered about the stock. So this is primarily we have defined the stock, and I'm going to add through the form. So my product is added called marker, and I also added some opening stock in Nirmal. Okay, so now I see that it is a marker. I just say mark. I see marker. Marker got added. 89.29 paisa. 89 rupees 29 paisa is the amount excluding GST sale price, and this is the sale price including GST. Hope you have understood how to add a inventory item, uh, how to add an item, which is the definition of the product. Now I also want to do a bulk import of such products. This is useful when you are defining your products in bulk. So I will download a template. I will i will put it on my desktop. I will call my new PRD. So my new products on my desktop is the Excel file I'm going to save. Now what I will do is in my Explorer, I go to I go to desktop, or I go to quick access and pull this particular file. Okay, so this is the same, exactly the same as how we have added through the form. Now I add, instead of marker, I will add a pen now. Please look at this, pen and pencil. I'm adding two particular products, pen and pencil. Now I will say it is including GST is 100 rupees and another 100 rupees. I know the category I already made is pen. If I don't make a category in the application, you can actually make the category here. And I don't know the barcodes, so I want to generate automatically. So I just leave it like this, so it automatically generates. But if I know the uh, barcode of these items, I can put the barcode numbers here. Cost price, I know it is 70 rupees, 70 rupees. Okay, UQC. So I just wanted to talk about UQC, which I think I forgot to explain in the application. I'll just show it to you here. UQC is pieces, because marker is single piece we sell here. So the important thing here is kilograms and kiloliters. These are the two main important categories which you need to select if your item is getting sold in fractions, or if those items which needs checking in weighing scale, your UQC will be kilograms or kiloliters. Otherwise mark it as pieces. Okay, now I'm just randomly putting some HSN number. I think I have explained it. So you just have if you have a brand name, color, variant, code, size, article code, etc. Base price, I want to make sure that it is 75 rupees. I think I have explained about it. Forget about this MFG date, and minimum stock quantity I want to put 2 and 2. SGST as 6%, 6%, CGST as 6%, 6%, IGST as of course 12, 12, cess 0, 0. So make sure that you don't leave blanks, you mark it as 0, 0. Similarly, opening stock, if you have anything in a particular location, or make it as 0, 0. Okay, I think you can put those two locations, Nirmal or Vanasthalipuram, or just leave it off. Is it a service? If it is a service, mark it as 1, otherwise make it as 0. Oh, I forgot to explain about is trackable. Let me go back and I'll explain about this. So there is this checkbox called is trackable, and likewise you can see that it clearly shows check this if you want to track the inventory. Items which need not, I'm sorry, need not checked for availability but can be billed are non-trackable. I will explain what it means. So a inventory item which we are about to add uh, is trackable, means that I want to track that particular item. So whenever I make a purchase, I want to put it in the system that this is what I purchased, and when I am selling it because I already have it in stock. So if you have some inventory like some accessories, or say for example you are selling in a grocery shop some green vegetables which actually come, you don't put an entry and you want to sell it immediately, for such items you mark it as non-trackable. For items which you want to put a purchase entry, track them availability, you can check at various locations, make sure this is trackable inventory. So right now I am in this Excel file, I am making it as trackable items. So if it is marked trackable and you don't have stock, you cannot sell it. That's what it means. And I don't have any discount here right now. You can add a discount percentage for this item so that every customer gets discount. If you want more discounting schemes, I will show it in the other videos. Okay, for now I am making this Excel file and I want to now bulk import my pen and pencil. So I'll go back to the application and I say import. I select this particular file. Where is that file? Okay, this is my file, and I just double click it. You can see that 0 out of 2, 1 out of 2, and both of them got imported successfully. It is mandatory for you to make sure that you read this. For our luck, 2 out of 2 imported successfully, but there may be cases like you have 4 out of 14 got imported successfully, which means that the rest of the 16 are not successfully imported for various reasons. Now how do I figure out what is the reason? Okay, so you open up that particular file again after import. Okay, at the last column, okay, after discounts you will see product inserted successfully. If it is not inserted successfully, you'll get a message saying that your HSN code is not correct, or your location or your service is giving you some different numbers, your GST percentage is not correct, all this product is already existing. All these kinds of messages you can see when the item is not successful. So it is very important once you import to verify what got imported and what is not imported. Hope you have understood this particular product adding. Now let us go to product editing, or product details editing, and product deletion also. So whether we will check whether our pen got added, pencil got added. So I can see pen and pencils are available. Marker was also there. So those are the three things which we have added. You can see marker as well. Now I want to make sure that this is 110 rupees. So like an Excel file, you just go and change the value. So when I press a tab after change, it gives me changes updated successfully. You can now view that all these items you can actually go keep changing. Okay, so that is one way of changing things. You can say 75 rupees here. Okay, got changed. Make sure you press tab, and then you can actually delete a particular item. I'm not deleting right now, so you can just delete it. So there is a condition where it doesn't delete. It says that this product is already used, which means that this particular product, if you make any invoice, you make any estimate, you make any DC, which is a delivery challan out of this particular product, you cannot delete this product because this is a participating product in invoices and financial transactions. There will be lots of reports which actually can show what an invoice is, how much we have incurred, and for what products. So all those details are linked to this product. Unless you delete the invoice, you cannot delete this product. Right now I can delete because I have not made any product. However, there is another clause. If the available is 20, this cannot be deleted unless it is made to 0. So if I want to delete marker, what I need to do is I need to go back, go to my inventory screen, check for marker, click on marker, update inventory, because the available inventory is 20, but I don't know where exactly this available 20 is there. So let me click this. I see that all of them are available in Nirmal. So let me click this, and in Nirmal I want to make it minus 20, which brings down to it 0. So now marker is 0. Now I go back to add edit products. Now I again select marker, and now this is the candidate I can delete now. So when I say delete, the marker is gone. So right now I have pen and pencil, which are new items which got added. Hope you have understood how to add. There are two methods. One is one item at a time. You can add the definition item at a time by filling this particular form, or you can do a bulk import with that Excel file, putting all the details. So those are two methods. So if you are starting afresh, make it in Excel and import it. So that is how you can add. You can delete, you can edit by going and changing the value. You can select and delete. Again, I want to repeat, there are two options. One is you need to make the inventory levels to 0. That can be done either by changing the adjusting the available quantity, or deleting the invoices which you have made, and you also can delete the purchase entries of this particular item. Then only you can delete. So this is the add, edit, delete process for any stock items. Please note, you have a opening stock here. We don't recommend you to use it unless there is something which is left off in your store which doesn't have a supplier invoice. Do not use opening stock. This screen is exclusively meant for defining a product and its attributes. Now for example, for some reason I am selecting onion here, and or soap here, and I say add images. All I need to do is I need to select an onion image. Probably I may not have it. Hold on, let me check. So I have some chocolates and other things, so let me put hazelnut coffee for soap. Okay, and add it. Please note, there is a restriction on this particular size of the image, so it cannot be more than 50k bytes, 50,000 bytes. So it should be less than 50,000. Now for example, I have mapped this particular cappuccino or hazelnut image with soap. Okay, so I can add as number of images I want, and I can delete them by making sure I select it and say delete it. Okay, so I can have as many number of images as possible. That completes this video series. Thank you for listening.